Welcome back to Real Talk Twin Cities. I'm Eric Purius with Bell Mortgage, along with Cheryl Kempenick, Coldwell Banker Burnett, also Donna Quanroot of Coldwell Banker Burnett. We are your friends, local experts in all things real estate, here every Saturday for you at 4 o'clock and also at 6 a.m. on AM 1570, the Wall Street Business Network, for all things real estate, helping you buy, sell, list, keeping you up to date, giving you all access to all of our partners at realtalktwincities.com. As promised, we are going to talk about myths in real estate. 9 myths, as many myths as we can get through and debunk to help you. Also some do's and don'ts, mostly do's for listing, all trying to help you maximize your dollars when you're selling. Myth number 1, this is one that I tend to believe or think is true, is that you should not buy the biggest house on a street. Is that right? We need a reality check from the expert Cheryl.
Okay, I would say usually true. The problem with the biggest house on the street is the seller probably paid the most for that property. And appraisals are always a big issue if you're getting financing. And the lower priced homes on the street can actually bring your value down. Now, if you can get the biggest house on the street for the same price as one of the smaller homes, then it might be a good deal.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay, so it's true
I think it's true.
for the most part, with the
Yeah.
exception if you can. Okay, all right, I gotcha. Myth number 2, always avoid first floor condos because of the noise and safety concerns. Is that true or false?
You know,
Cheryl.
I would say that could be true or false.
You're
Yeah.
helping us quite a bit.
Yes, I'm so decisive here. But you know what? It depends so much on the location of the unit in the building. If you're on the first floor and you're right by the front entrance or you're right by the elevators, that could be a problem. If you're on the first floor and you have stairs going down to the sidewalk, that could be a real benefit because it treats you almost like a townhome.
Private entrance.
Exactly. So you really have to take into consideration the individual units. And boy, we are condominium and townhome experts. So if you are thinking about buying or selling a condo, we can definitely help you determine where to buy, where not to buy. So please reach out at 612-735-0553, 612-735-0553.
All right. Number 3, real estate myths. Sellers should expect to earn back everything they've invested in remodeling projects at resale time. In other words, dollar for dollar.
That would be a big, fat false. I would
What do you mean?
never expect you to get 100% back on anything. If you do, that's great, but it just doesn't happen. If you do a $20,000 kitchen, it's probably because your kitchen was old and out of date, so your property wouldn't have sold where the other properties are selling because of that. You put the $20,000 in, and it could just be bringing you back up to the normal market value. Now, if it's exceptional with granite, upgraded appliances, you might realize some gain back, but I would never expect to get 100%.
I know it definitely helps with the appeal. I mean, there's more reason than simply, well, if I put in 15, I'll get back 8. I mean, that it sells.
Might help you
get
sell faster.
You
Correct.
get a better buyer, more interested buyers. I know that I spent the money to put a new kitchen and I mean, basically, touch up a single family before I sold it. In the 130 range. So not, I didn't spend too much, 12 grand or so, but I had, offers right away because it stood out from the rest of the crowd.
Right.
And it actually went in multiples and 5,000-6,000 higher than what I listed it for, and that's why.
Yeah, and that's a completely different market too, and that's something that we have to analyze is what price point are you at, and what is the
Right.
benefit going to be, and
Right.
what is your competition like, and how do we make you stand out? And we want to help you do that by spending the least amount of dollars possible.
Right.
Now, in some cases like that, you can do a relatively inexpensive kitchen. We've done kitchens for like $5,000 to $7,000, but in a more expensive home, you could be looking at $50,000 to $75,000.
Right.
So there's a huge difference. So it's really
Right.
important to get advice before you start making those improvements.
And we are going to post on the website a cost versus value survey. There are surveys out there where it tells you, you know, the average percent return on investment. In other words, you know, where you can spend your dollars most effectively, and perhaps where you absolutely shouldn't. So you can find that on realtalktwincities.com. So myth number 4: you will not get dollar, which is true. You know, you will not get dollar for dollar. I remember a guy that spent $4,000. He was complaining about his appraised value, and he spent $4,000 on a door. And he threw it out as an example. I spent $4,000 on the door, and you know,
Wow.
well,
That's nice, but
you're just
nobody
not
cares.
gonna. Right. So, point is, do it. You know, pick the right improvements, and you can do that with help from us at realtalktwincities.com. Myth number 5: to sell quickly in this market, you must have the most popular features buyers are seeking. Is that true? False?
That would be false. Once again, everything is determined by the price. So if you, Donna, what would be a good example? In some neighborhoods, people really want to have a master bath, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Like if you're in Edina and you don't have a master bath, it's really hard to
Yep.
sell your home.
Mhm.
Okay, so you don't have that popular feature, so you can either try to build one in or you can reduce the price. So typically, it's going to be easier for you, but it's all about pricing and what we're trying to sell.
Exactly.
All right. Myth number 5, or no, 6. I don't know.
6.
6. Okay. If buyers don't like an exterior, they'll never go inside.
True, true, true.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, I know lots of times when you've got buyers in the car and you're slowing down and they're looking at the house and the neighborhood, and you got the neighbor with the mattress up against the fence post next door, things like that. People just, you know, you can read a book by its cover, right?
So if
Right.
the curb appeal isn't there, they'll keep going, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. And
okay.
you know, one pretty good indicator is when you're looking on the MLS and the first photo that you're seeing is an interior photo.
Yes.
And you scroll through all 18 photos and there's no picture of the front of the house.
Right.
Pretty good indicator that there's a reason
Something
there's
wrong.
not a photo there. And so again, this also comes back to our rent versus own, because you actually get the highest return on your investment for those exterior improvements that improve the curb appeal.
People like it.
Yes,
Like
they
it a
do.
lot.
Myth number 7: homes with swimming pools are always tougher to sell. True or false?
Well, you would think in Minnesota that would be true, but once again, timing is everything. If you have a swimming pool, do not put your house on the market until you have water in that pool, you've got landscaping around the pool, it looks so inviting. Do an open house on a hot, beautiful, sunny day, and those houses go in a minute. I had that happen last year. I had 2 great properties, similar neighborhoods, $450,000 price ranges. Thought the one on the pond would go first. No. Every house with a pool in that neighborhood was gone immediately. So we've also had listings where pools get filled in. So it's not 100% of the time, but again, timing the market is everything.
Interesting. Myth number 8: if you want to buy a greenhouse, in other words, not a literally a greenhouse, but a house that is green. It's heavily insulated. Maybe high quality windows and LEED certification, that kind of thing. It's a big marketing feature. You see it quite a bit, but you're going to pay for it up front, right? In other words, those homes are more expensive.
There's a green premium on those.
Is that right?
Yeah, and not all buyers are willing to spend that money for the green features.
I see.
Right, and if it's an existing home and you get new efficient windows, I mean, just the fact of having new windows is good. I don't know, I haven't seen that people are willing to spend more money because of the type of window
Right.
going in.
Buyers are unwilling to pay a green premium. Got it. All right. Myth number 8: always remove holiday decorations before listing a home. What do you think? Is that true? False?
Once again, you really have to be tasteful there. And we're not just talking about Christmas decorations, there's holidays all year round. And I mean, I've had people that live on a lake and they've got a lot of 4th of July decorations, and sometimes it's really over the top.
Tiki lamps?
I like tiki lamps.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can create a mood.
Yeah,
As long as they're
sometimes
tasteful.
the Halloween decorations sometimes can be a little over the top, but
Oh boy.
I think it's about balance and it's about tasteful. You can decorate for the holidays. No reason not to do that, but just don't go overboard.
Right, and I think the best decorations would be flowers in a seasonal color
Oh,
or
yeah.
candy, cookies out for the buyers. Everybody likes that.
Mhm.
It's not over the top.
All right. So this is available on realtalktwincities.com along with other handy advice, many myths, and as always, it's best to get specific advice for your neighborhood, which you can reach out to Cheryl at realtalktwincities.com or give her a call at 612-735-0553. We'll be back with some do's, a couple of don'ts, mostly do's. A Real Talk Twin Cities, AM 1280 The Patriot.